So the Winter Olympics are a week away, and one of the things that I've always done in the past is try to predict the results of the figure skating competition, particularly the ladies competition, because that's my favorite discipline. And I want to start really quickly by saying I'm not a skater that can do triple jumps. I'm not trying to be rude by my comments with the skaters. Just some of them I really do have like strong opinions about, and I think everyone has opinions one way or another. And the first skater that I'm going to go over really quick is Yoona Kim from Korea. She's the world champion right now. She's had the most successful season out of any of the top skaters, even though she's had a few bad skates. The one thing that really concerns me about her is the short program. Her triple H triple toe at her last competition got called a triple double. I watched it in slow motion. I watched the YouTube clips. I would have given it credit for a triple. It didn't look like it was more than a quarter turn cheated. If it happens again in the Olympics, I think the only thing it's going to do, as long as she can skate clean otherwise, is narrow the gap between her and the rest of the skaters because her short program, it's scored 76 points 2 times this year, and that's way far above what anyone else has done. I think her free skate is kind of boring, and I don't think the transitions are as good as they could be or as they have been in the past. But overall, her basic skating is amazing. Her speed and her jumps and her speed in general is amazing. And I definitely think she's the favorite right now. Next is Joanie Rochette. She's from Canada. She's going to be in her home country for the Olympics. That could work to her advantage or against her. Um, she started off the Grand Prix with 3 events. Her short program in Canada was clean, and she got 70 points for it, which was a personal best. But all the other skates were way below what she's done in the last few seasons. She redeemed herself at Canadian Nationals for the second straight year. She landed 7 triples in the free skate, but she did fall in the Lutz in the short program, so she's not skated a clean competition yet. And as always for her, I think the big thing is that she needs to skate a clean short so she could put herself right up there like she did last year at Worlds. And then her free skate is usually reliable. So I think if Yoona Kim has a disastrous skate, then Rachette would probably be the next one in line for the gold medal. Um, I like both of her programs this year. I don't think she's as comfortable with her free skate this year as she was last year, but once again, her choreography, her transitions, her interpretation, they're all among the best. I think her transitions actually are the best in the world right now, and I love her posture. And I really think she is definitely going to be on the podium as long as she can keep her nerves together. One skater that I haven't been able to warm up to in the last few years is Miki Ando from Japan. She has had the best international results this year out of any of the Japanese ladies. She made it to the Grand Prix final. She beat Yoona Kim in the short program there, even though Kim had 2 big mistakes. And she won the silver medal overall, which guaranteed her a spot at the Olympics. But my problem with her is that she skates through her programs without even trying to be artistic. I remember last year at the World Championships, she got scored really high in her interpretation mark in the free skate. And the camera zoomed in on her a few times, and it just looked like she was off in space, not even attempting to listen to her music. It was just jump, 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 jump. And I'm not a fan of either of her programs this year again, but her consistency is building as the season goes on. And I think if she goes for the triple Lutz double loop in the short program as opposed to the triple Lutz triple loop, she can set herself up nicely for the free skate, where she's usually pretty consistent. Mao Sato also is from Japan, and she was the world champion in 2008. But the last 2 years, it's been kind of a downhill tread for her. She has programs that I don't think really fit her, especially her free skate this year. It's just very gloomy. And the first minute is basically just stroking around, preparing for 2 triple axles, and she just doesn't seem like she's into it as much as she was before. I remember for a few years it was this big battle between Asada and Kim, and everyone thought in the 2010 Olympics it was going to come down to those two. But I think Yoona Kim is a much better skater altogether, the total package. I think Asada is kind of weak with her basic skating. She kind of drags her skates around the corners when she's doing crossovers, and she just doesn't really present her programs, and I think it's because she's so focused just on the triple axel that if she misses that either in the short or the long, she's kind of just deflated the rest of the program. And I do have to say that if she tries the triple axel double toe in the short program, which she's done all year, she really needs to rotate it to stay in contention because she has yet to score 60 points in the short program. And if that happens again in the Olympics, there's a good possibility that she's going to be 20 points or almost 20 points behind Yuna Kim going to the free skate, which gives her almost no chance to win. So I feel bad that she's been given this package in a way, but I just don't think 2010 is her year, and I honestly would not be that surprised if she wasn't on the podium once again, like at the 2009 World Championships. Carolina Kosner from Italy is probably the most inconsistent skater in any competition she's entered since she's become a senior. She had two sixth place finishes in the Grand Prix and then lost her national championship. But she came back at the European Championships and won. Her free skate wasn't great, but it was enough to win in Europe. You have to keep her in mind at any time because if she can skate a clean short program, even with a triple double, she's going to be right up there with the rest of the skaters, at least for the medals. And if she can stay on her feet and rotate her jumps in the free skate, she's going to be scored high. I think she'll be in the hunt in the short program, but the free skate, I don't think she's consistent enough this year yet to really be a challenge for a medal. But you never know with her. You honestly just never know. I think two outside chances for medals are Japan's Akiko Suzuki and the United States' Rachel Flatt. Suzuki has not skated a clean short program this year, but she scores well, and her two of her free skates have scored really well this year. So if she can lay down a clean short program and not get buried in the standings, and then have another solid free skate like she's had a few times this year, if a few of the other top skaters falter a bit, I think she could have a small chance. I think a lot of it, unfortunately, with her has to do with how the two other Japanese skaters do. If Asada and Ando do well, I think that she might be sacrificed a little bit and scored a little bit lower than what coming in a lot of people will expect. I don't want that to be the case, but I just have a feeling that's what's going to happen. I really hope she does well because I like her skating a lot. And then Rachel Flatt, she's really consistent. She's a little bit boring still for me. I don't think she really emotes in a way that is really like captivating. I think she loves skating, and I think it's really obvious. And she's really consistent, which is good for the American ladies right now. But she was fifth in the world last year. I think she will. I think she'll just be outside the final group for the free skate, and I think her free skate will be solid as usual, and she'll probably end up in fifth or sixth place, which is good for her first Olympics. But I just don't think, like Suzuki, I think unless a few of the top ladies decide to completely skate disastrous, I don't think either of them are really um, in the hunt yet. There's probably six or seven other skaters fighting for the top 10. Sarah Meyer from Switzerland got a downgraded triple Lutz in the short program at Europeans. If she hadn't, she would have been possibly in the medals there. She's coming back from injury. And her short programs are usually pretty consistent, and I really like her free skate this year, so I think you can't keep her, you have to keep her in consideration, rather. And Mirai Nagasu, if she skates a clean short, she probably could sneak into the top six there, but under rotations in the free skate will probably hold her down. Laura Lepista from Finland always scores well, but she hasn't really laid down a really great skate this year. I think she'll be just inside the top 10, but not competitive with the top ladies yet. And one of the skaters that I thought actually might have had an outside chance at the bronze medal when the season began was Russia's Elena Leonova. I love her programs this year. I think she's kind of sloppy still. But the thing is that she was really consistent with her jumps at the end of last year. And now as the season goes on this year, it's like she's almost sensing that she could have been near the top skaters, and she's losing her consistency. And I unfortunately don't even think she'll place in the top 10 at this event.